Alright, what's up everyone? I'm your host with the most. I am Multi Apples. Um I played some MX versus ATV All Out now. So let's go ahead and play it. Huh. Yeah, that's funny. So let's go ahead and do a race now. So let's do a single event. So national race. How about at Coconut Beach? It can actually be a 14 lap race for the MX 450s. So yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. A little Powerade with me from my earlier stream. And I actually completed a few minutes ago, so it was a FIFA 21 stream. So yeah, I wanted to play a different game now, so Nightbot is working, which is good. So it was good when Nightbot is working. And we fell to third place, which is rather unfortunate. It could be worse. It could be dead last. I mean, we'll finish on the podium with a silver medal now. If it were to end right now, but thankfully it isn't. So thankfully we can have a chance to get that gold medal. Okay, and I'll be able to win this if I stop crashing. We're going off the track. I don't know how well y'all can hear the lawn mowers and leaf blowers in the back, but sounds coming from outside. So. If it's too noisy, let me know in the comment section or live chat if you're watching this live. Here we fell to 7th, 8th. Alright, this is good. We're back to 5th. And the gap between us and first went from 13 to 11 seconds. Which is pretty cool. If you ask me. 4th place now. Right, so the gap has now increased, so that's not good. Hold on. God dang it, two people passed us. Not good. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish in first now. I can try though, but fifth place again. So we're improving now. That's good. So today's Friday. What are y'all gonna do for the weekend? I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm gonna go for a walk in the park today. Watch a bit of soccer during the weekend. Fill out. I actually managed to complete 2 master's applications for a couple universities. Gonna try and finish a third one tomorrow or Sunday. Um, and then maybe do another one. So this, yeah, as well. So luckily, I've gotten most of the work out of the way. Um, in terms of actually doing the what they require. So what each program requires. So. I hope to hear back. I've already applied for 2 places locally, and I really hope that I get accepted into at least one of them. But only time will tell if I will. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to hear back from one of them, from either of them today, because I submitted them last night, and I'll be surprised if I do. And I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll hear from them during the weekend as well. And yeah, so it's probably gonna be next week at the earliest. Is when I'm gonna hear from them. Next week. Monday, but at the earliest. So I hope I get accepted, but we'll see. Ah, shoot, that's unfortunate. We're back to third place. We fell to fourth. Okay, so let's get back into third. We're quite a ways behind first. Not sure about second. We're closer to second than we are to third, so obviously. First, I mean. I'm in third, so. We're closer to second than we are in first. There's second place. Then where the hey diddle diddle is first? You know, fifth is right behind us. Okay, fifth is right in front of us now. I've actually never rode an ATV or motorbike, and I'm not exactly keen to ride one either. Just doesn't interest me. I like the racing games that involve motorbikes and ATVs. I love the MX versus ATV series, but I don't think I'd like to ride one. Ride one. So yeah, back to third now. I'm sure I'll have a better chance of actually getting in first if I no longer crash. From now on, not after, starting after that crash. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So we've been going for over 12 minutes now. That's good. No lag or anything like that. Thankfully, to my knowledge. I know I can't afford to mess up if I want to stay in third. There's probably first and second right there. Okay, either that's second. Oh hey, we didn't crash there, or that's last place. We're about to lap someone. Maybe when I said I saw first and second, that wasn't first or second. So. That was second, okay, so that's good. Okay, we did mess up a little there, but... in there, but... at least we were able to get back on track fairly quickly. I don't think that was first and second when I saw them over there, so... there's first. We're hovering around 10 seconds now for... being behind first. Now we're not, but... dang it, I can't believe I messed up there again. So far, so good. We watched a little wrestling today. Either wrestling, basketball, or baseball. We want to see either the Cubs or Los Angeles Angels. Either the Chicago Cubs or Los Angeles Angels playing Major League Baseball today. And neither of those. I'd also like to see the Philadelphia 76ers play. If they're playing on TV today, I'm going to watch them instead. Just because I know someone who played. Just because I went to class with someone who was on the team. So, yeah. Which is Ray John Tucker, for those of you that don't know. I had a mass communication class with him. It looks like it's gonna rain actually in a little bit. Could be, I'm not sure. It starts thundering. If it does rain and it starts thundering, I'm definitely gonna have to hop out. I don't wanna live stream while thunder strikes. I've played, for at least my 360. I've actually played it. Played my 360 when the lightning struck nearby once, and that basically just the 360 was working, but the power cord wasn't. Actually, I've had the same Xbox 360 for over 10 years now. I don't have every game I've ever purchased from it, but for it to play on it, but just most of them are on disc. So. But I do have the same Xbox 360. Now, I can't say the same thing for the Xbox One. I have gone a couple of them just because for some reason, one reason or another, they stopped working. So. Oh, dang it, that's my phone. I have to take a drink of one of the two Gatorade Zeros I have. I have Gatorade Zero Grape and Gatorade Zero Orange with me. I'm doing first, so it's quite possible we could actually come back to win this. We're just over 2 seconds. Okay, now just under 2 seconds. I could have taken first if I hadn't crashed there. He went first now. Barely, but at least went first. So I don't know what to talk about. Thinking how I received the both doses of the Pfizer vaccine, so I'm thankful about that. So if you're able to get vaccinated against COVID, you should. You should get vaccinated. Um, Trying to think of stuff to talk about. We pulled off a trick. No hander. See, I wouldn't like to race those like motorbikes because I know there's they're professional motorbike riders, and go off a big jump, they're gonna get hurt. They don't land it successfully, they're gonna get hurt. So plus, I wouldn't be a good driver. I know that for sure. Last lap, I just realized that. That's good, actually. Oops. That wasn't intentional. Intentional. Well, it looks like we're gonna win. I have to pretty much crash a lot. At least a couple of times. To actually lose the 8-second lead. I'll go off track enough times. So I don't plan on doing either of those. Ooh, just over 11-second lead. So I got some Gatorade Zero. And now that's my controller vibrating on my desk. So we finished a good 14 seconds ahead of second and a good 2 minutes ahead of last. So we're fourth in the whole shot. So let me mute my mic real quick. And we can do a race in Toronto. I've never been, and I would love to go to Toronto. I've never been to Canada. A whole bunch of places I like to go in Canada. I like to see a Canadian Football League game. Also, for at least until next season, one of my favorite teams is based in. One of my favorite NHL teams is based in Toronto, the Maple Leafs. So next season, I'm gonna support the expansion team, the Seattle Kraken. Actually, so. And yeah. My favorite NBA team is the Philadelphia 76ers now. And it's not because they're playing well. It is because, as I mentioned, I know someone who plays for them. I say no, but I was in class with someone who plays for them, Ray John Tucker. So whichever team he is on, I'll support. Yeah, regardless if they're good or bad. So, and then, as well, Dusty Hannes, who is in the G League, played for Memphis for 4 games over the span of 2 seasons. Um, so, uh, yeah. He's in the G League right now. He's on the Santa Cruz Warriors roster. Last time I checked. So, if he gets signed, I'll support the 76ers and whatever team in the NBA signs him. Because he was a grade above me in middle school, but we went to the same middle school. So, I've met him. So. I met Joe Johnson back in 2019, but I don't think he's sadly playing with an NBA team right now. I met him in like September 2019, I believe. September, October 2019. Met Lillian Garcia at a WWE event back in like 2011, 2012. She was really nice. Same with Joe Johnson. And Dusty Hennis from Ray John Tucker. I've met one WWE referee. Don't remember exactly who it was, but I think it was Brad Maddox, and he was actually pretty cool as well. I know the referee. I don't exactly remember who it was. That was a WWE event in North Little Rock, Arkansas. I remember going to I've been to an NXT show when it was still a reality TV. Before it became the developmental territory. Alex Riley is actually a tad taller than he actually looks in real life. The Big Show was surprisingly smaller than he looks on TV. The Miz and Cody Rhodes, they are taller than they look on TV. Henry is a tad smaller and shorter, at least during his like Holo Pain run and shortly afterwards when he lost the world title. Because this was when Daniel Bryan cashed in his Money in the Bank contracts for one. And then I went to Saturday Morning Slam taping when they aired that. I remember seeing Chris Jericho, AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler, and Big E. All 4 of them when they were in the storyline together on Main Event. Because they taped, one year they taped Main Event, NXT, and SmackDown. And then I think another year they just taped Main Event and Saturday Morning Slam and SmackDown. So yeah, got to see Daniel Bryan as well. He's that one year. He's my favorite wrestler. I like Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, and Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio as well. In terms of WWE wrestlers and all the all elite wrestling, I'm a huge fan of Orange Cassidy. He's my favorite men's wrestler. Actually, sadly, they released 10. WWE released 10 wrestlers yesterday, and they released my favorite women's wrestler, Billie Kay. So, I guess if I had to choose a favorite now, it would probably be Asuka. So, I liked Peyton Royce as well, but they sadly released her. See. My favorite women's wrestler in AEW is actually Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So Orange Cassidy and Dr. Britt Baker are my favorite wrestlers in AEW. My favorite tag team is Best Friends in WWE. Not in WWE, AEW. My favorite tag team in WWE is all the Mysterios. So. I kind of like John Moxley as well. In NXT, I like Johnny Gargano, Indy Hartwell, and Candice LeRae. Those three members of the Way. I'm not a fan of Austin Theory. I also like Joaquin Wild. And Santos Escobar. I like Shinsuke Nakamura. I didn't like Roman Reigns as a face. I'll admit that. I thought he was. They weren't really booking him very well as a face. WWE. They were kind of forcing him down the fans' throat, and they didn't really develop a character for him. He got better in the ring over the course of the time, but as a heel now, I like him. He's a very good heel. Um, which turning someone heel isn't always the answer when they're booking someone badly, especially as a face. But at the same time, they just never really, as a face, they push them. Not. I don't necessarily mind having Roman Reigns as a main eventer. It's just they pushed them too quickly, and they didn't really develop him as a character. So, granted, he's much better in the ring and much better as a character now. So. Kind of makes no sense to why they had Edge turn heel. But to be fair, Edge is a better villain than he is as a babyface, as a good guy, in my opinion. Few people can actually be successful as a heel and a babyface. I think most people tend to be better at as a heel than they are as a babyface. Like Rey Mysterio is one of those rare people who's better as a face than a heel. I don't think I've ever seen him as a heel. When the WWE turned the Miz face in like 2012, they didn't do a good job. But with his feud and Shane McMahon, when he was turned face again, that he did. That was his best run as a face, so I like that. As a good guy. Um, Trying to think. Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin are so incredibly over that there's no way they'll be a bad guy. I'm trying to think of who. The Miz can be a good heel and he can be a good face given the right storyline, but he's better at a heel as a bad guy. So, like his run as WWE champion, towards the end it wasn't very good. Around Mania, around the build up to Mania, and his Mania match wasn't very good. What I saw of the highlights, but um, like his feud with Daniel Bryan with him as a villain, that was he did uh and his feud Randy Orton and Jerry Lawler, those were great. He was a villain. So. I'm not a fan of Jerry Lawler. I don't like him as a commentator. I liked Booker T as a wrestler, but I don't really like him as a commentator. I liked him as a general manager as well. Actually, one general manager I miss is Teddy Long. I can also miss Oksana. She's my favorite women's wrestler when she was there. At least on the main roster. I also liked Eve Torres. She was a good villain. I'm a huge fan of Matt Cardona, who was formerly known as Zack Ryder. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna win this, so. I liked Layla and Michelle McCool. I think they were both good when they were there full time, but I don't think Layla's wrestled, and a couple of appearances Michelle McCool has wrestled since then. She is a bit rusty, but that's to be expected with anyone. Rosa Mendez was a good manager in recent years. I started watching wrestling in 2010. So. Actually, when Brock Lesnar returned, I actually enjoyed it because he was so dominant. You didn't really know what to expect. But now, even though he's no longer with the company, like towards his final few years, I would say about 2016, more or less. No, he's decent in 2016. Maybe with the exception of his Mania match. But, like, he's a talented professional wrestler, but Brock Lesnar, at least for sure in 2017, wasn't not he wasn't. He was lazy. That's how I should put it. He was lazy. He could easily be a talented. He could easily put on a good match when he wanted to, but like his matches with John Cena at Extreme Rules, uh, 2012 was great. Same with his matches against Triple H at Mania and SummerSlam. And I like, even though it was short, I liked his match with Goldberg at Survivor Series. That was shocking. I'd say I like I like the New Day, but at the same time, I mean, I love the New Day. At the same time, it's getting a bit tiring seeing them in the tag team title picture. I'm very hungry, actually. I want R-Truth to be pushed as a serious wrestler. In AEW, and trying like Best Friends, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I like Rebel. What else do I like? Sorry. I like Hikaru Shida as well. And I love Death Triangle, which is consists of Pac, Ray Phoenix, and Penta Sierra, I believe. I'm a huge fan of Lucha Libre when it comes to professional wrestling. So anytime you can bring in a luchador, whether they're a team or wrestlers or single wrestler, I tend to support them. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. I was a fan of. I like him. And I like the Dark Order as well. I didn't like them at first, but now I like them. Either as a hero or as a villain, Eddie Kingston is my favorite. I mentioned Orange Cassidy is my favorite, but in terms of like world title contenders, I can easily see in the world title. I picture Eddie Kingston's my favorite there. Just have two more laps. I like Caristico, which is the original Sin Cara. I like the way he wrestles. I really wonder if Lucha Libre AAA worldwide streams on Twitch. I wonder if they stream their shows live on Twitch. I would like to know because I'd like to watch that live. And also, before the pandemic hit, CMLL aired their shows live on YouTube. So, and once they start resuming their shows, I like to watch those shows again. My favorite manager in AEW is Don Callis. He's 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 very good at making people hate him since he's a bad guy. So I'd say my favorite NHL player right now is Austin Matthews. My favorite Major League Baseball player is Mike Trout. In terms of the NFL, I like Ron Gronkowski. I like Gronk. Well, yeah. I love the fact that he's basically like a child at heart. So he strikes me as a guy who's like just really nice and just fun to be around. NBA, I like Dusty Hannahs and Ray John Tucker. Um, I was a huge fan of Shaq when he was playing. Actually, he's another one that's like. He's another one that's like strikes me as someone who's been like a big child at heart, and he strikes me as someone based off what I've seen on NBA TNT. Is someone he would really like. You can have a good time with. He'll be able to make you laugh. So, granted, I don't know any of these people personally, but in soccer, I like Davy Clausen of Ajax. If I had to choose, I like Sebastian Aller though. So, actually, Andre Onana is probably my favorite. Hey, hold on, let me mute my mic, y'all. Okay. I'll be right back, y'all. I was just seeing if my mom was gonna make some lunch for me. She is, thankfully. So, yeah, let's resume. Yeah, if you watch professional wrestling, let me know who your favorite wrestlers are. Same with the NHL, NBA, and soccer, and um, basketball as well. I love rugby and Australian rules football, but I don't really know very many names off the top of my head in terms of either rugby union or rugby league. And the only Australian rules football player I know is Mason Cox. But in terms of rugby, I like the Sydney Roosters and the South Sydney Rabbitohs in terms of the National Rugby League. Major League Rugby, which is a rugby union, I like the Seattle Seawolves. And in Australian rules football, I like the Brisbane Lions, the Greater West Sydney Giants, and the Sydney Swans. I also like the Brisbane Broncos in the National Rugby League. Make sure my mic is still on. Yes, it is. And let me know what sports you follow and what your favorite sports players are that are active and what teams you follow as well. Let me know that in the live chat if you're watching this live, or in the comment section if you're actually watching this as a video after I'm done streaming. So. Let's do open cross again. I'm gonna do bucking horse trail, where we're gonna do say 5 laps actually. Not gonna be a long race. In terms of college sports, I like Harvard and the Little Rock Trojans. In terms of tennis, my favorite, I like Sloane Stephens and Coco Gauff in women's tennis, professional tennis. Men's, I'd say right now Rafael Nadal is my favorite. In golf, I don't know if he's still playing, but I liked Sergio Garcia and Vijay Singh. I don't know if they're still playing. The LPGA Tour, I like Lydia Ko and Lexi Thompson. Don't know really very many winters athletes. I just know Chloe Kim and Shaun White. I know Nigel Houston of the X Games, but that's about it. There's another golfer I like. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. It's kind of difficult. I know of one Pablo Montoya, who at least used to be NASCAR. Don't know if he still races. Formula One, I like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. And the only guy I can remember from MotoGP is Pol Espargaro. So I guess I'll have to go with him. I liked Danica Patrick, but I don't think she's racing anymore. So, in terms of college Division One sports, I support Harvard and the Little Rock Trojans. In Division Two, I support the University of Arkansas at Monticello, and in Division Three, I support the University of the Ozarks. because I got accepted to the University of the Ozarks when I graduated high school. I had a class there, but I decided it wasn't the right fit for me. Um, I got accepted to the University of Arkansas Monticello, uh, but this was around the same time with the University of Arkansas Little Rock. I got accepted there, and I chose the University of Arkansas Little Rock. So, and then a family member of mine attended Harvard for a semester online. So I also like Thomas Edison State because that same family member took a couple classes from Thomas Edison State. So there's one college that doesn't have a sports in Pulaski Technical College that I attended for a semester. Oops, I'm gonna go there. It kind of sounds like it's drizzling a little outside, so not really sure. Tell me what else it's on. I like watching arena football. Follow the indoor football. I follow the indoor football league and national arena league as well. I don't know too much about cricket or drag racing, but I find them kind of interesting. All right, we're about to enter lap 4 now. We did. I think this is gonna be my last race. I have to hop off. Um, Definitely run some errands. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go for a walk at all today. In the park. Also gonna have lunch soon. So. It's rather unfortunate. I love walking in the park. So the sports I follow the most are maybe I don't I well professional wrestling, but that's not like a real sport. That's not considered a real sport because of its scripted nature. Um, I would say the NBA, uh, soccer in terms of the Eredivisie, uh, college basketball, and college football, the NFL, and the NHL. Well, to lesser extent the NHL, but like the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, the Eredivisie, college basketball and college football, as well as the Eredivisie and the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. should be resuming next month, thankfully. Fortunately, no games were played last year, which is the COVID pandemic, which is actually understandable. At the same time, I kind of feel for the people that, that's their income, so. Ah, shit, I could have at least set a new lap record. At least for this race. And I not crashed, but. Oh wow. Doesn't look like it's raining, but it sounds like it's raining actually. So. Outside. A few more days in Major League Baseball, the Show 21, MLB The Show 21 will be available. First time it's available on the Xbox One and Series S, so I'm super ecstatic about that. It was back from 2008 to 2010, 2011. I loved that playing that game on my old PSP and the PS2. No longer have a PSP. It was stolen, unfortunately. And the PS2, I sold it before eventually buying a new one. So. And then when I bought the PS2 again, they were no longer making games for the PS2. And I never bought a PS3, PS4, PS5. Actually, for the 7th generation consoles, I got an Xbox 360. 8th generation was the Xbox One. Now the Xbox One S. And then the current generation, I have the Nintendo Switch. I actually don't know if that's 8th or 9th generation. Same with what generation PS Vita is as well. And then the current generation, I have the Series X, Xbox Series X. So I'm actually going to hop off here, y'all. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the video. Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe. Feel free to answer any of my questions. Yeah, that's about it. Give it a couple seconds before I actually hop off officially. Well, this gets about an hour and 5 minutes. That's why. Coming, Mom! Sorry, okay, apparently my lunch is ready.